Here is your Bull and Bear stock of the week. An oil refiner and a computer peripheral maker. That's a lot to say. This week's Bull and Bear of the week. Shiraz Mian here once again to give us the details. The oil refiner is Tesoro Corporation. This company's been around for a while.
That's right.
So they are benefiting by the oil story right now?
Part of it is company-specific aspects to the story. They're very West Coast centric in their refining business. California, Washington, Hawaii, and the broader fundamentals of the industry in that geographic market are very good, and they have exposure to that. Now, why are those better? It's just a brief explanation of what a refiner lives and dies by is what is called as the crack spreads or the refining spreads. This is basically the difference between the price they pay for the crude, which is the basic feedstock, and the price they receive for the refined product like gasoline.
Right.
Now, most of the crude that they use on the West Coast is what is called as the Alaska North Slope. Not all oil is the same. This is a particular grade of crude which has moved up quite in line with the European Brent crude. But Tesoro has the ability, it has the flexibility in its refining complex to use similar, heavier, but cheaper foreign crudes. And that gives an extra bump to their refining margin or their crack spread. It is not showing up in estimates. It's catching up slowly. But my sense is that there is a 10, 15, 20% upside to the consensus earnings estimates for Tesoro, and that's going to show up in the earnings.
And besides that, they're paying a lot of attention, as I understand it, to processes, streamlining.
That's another very important point you raised. Tesoro, over the last couple of years, have been investing in their operations, in their processes to improve the procurement of crude and lower the operating costs in their refining units. And we have started to see benefits of that. In the last few quarters, sequentially, we are seeing a constant improvement in the unit operating costs in their measures. So that's another very useful bump to their bottom line.
The computer peripheral maker is Logitech International. This one kind of surprised me because are we to believe that computer peripherals are on the way out or on the downslide?
It kind of runs along with the broader macro story of the PC. We heard recently that HP was in the news trying to get rid of its PC business, and that's kind of like the ongoing narrative in the market right now that the PC business is very mature, and we and businesses are moving beyond that. So we're looking a post-PC environment, and Logitech has done very good. It's a very well-run company. It's the 1,000-pound gorilla in very, very small markets. So they get about 2/3 of their revenue from peripherals like computer mouse, the keyboard, the little camera on the computers, the remote controls. In each one of these markets is extremely small for the major computer makers, and they are the big player in there. So as the PC market stagnates and loses ground, Logitech doesn't really have a type of new product that will take their place. They have been moving into some new areas like peripherals for tablets. They also have this enterprise video conferencing facility, but those things will take quite some time to catch on. In the meantime, the company will continue to suffer. That's what we saw in the last couple of quarters too. In the most recent quarter, they came short, particularly on inventory issues in Europe and some of the emerging markets.
Okay, do you own either of these two companies?
No, I don't.
All right. If you enjoy the Bull and Bear of the Week segment that we do here each week, then you will definitely want to check out the text version of Bull and Bear of the Day. And that's on Zacks.com. And if you scroll down the homepage, you will be able to identify different stocks each business day, one bull, one bear that we put up there for you. for your consideration or just to peruse at your leisure. With Shiraz Mian, I'm Terry Ruffalo.